Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach, and I'm not sure if I can pull this off. So I've discussed this before, where I needed to take like 2 weeks off of everything and just go through all the backers lists to find to create a master list of like all the add-ons that I still owe to people. And it's kind of funny because for like the first week, I went through like line by line, like 8 different spreadsheets, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't that bad. It's like 300 books." And then then I went through the last two spreadsheets, and it was another 2,700 books. So it's about 3,000 books. It's a lot, but it's handleable, especially because what I was worried about is not. I was worried it was going to be like 100 new copies of like 15 to 20 books. No. There's literally like 9 requests for do as you're told. I'm not gonna go back to print for that. That's just gonna be refunds. But for all these, like the Jawbreakers, Lost Souls, God King, Grand Bazaar, we're talking like almost 1,000. So that's worth it to go back to press, obviously. Expendables, Go to Hell, hardcover, Rock and Roll Ninja. This was the surprise one. There's hundreds of orders for Knife Hand Blind Spot. I didn't realize how popular that one was. So, relatively, I mean, it's not. This is approved one every 2 weeks or so, and go through that process. And this is handleable. We just recreated 3 print files for the. Oh, it went out last Thursday and Friday, so y'all should be good at getting like Capture or Kill, Ironsides 3, Impossible Stars 2, and add-ons like today. People should start getting it. So we recreated 3 for the last campaign, and there's 6 others to recreate, and it's not nothing. It's not 300 books, but it's not 10,000 or 20,000. So this is definitely handleable. And then I will have extras, and in the future, add-ons will only be for things like we actually have. Recreating all these print files, and now it is easy to go back to print. And just been getting a lot of shit done. LAX, I got the proofs from the printer yesterday. Gonna check those out right after. There's like 3-4 days left. I'll do another video and another round of emails, but it's gonna have a pinup because we hit that stretch goal. It's actually a good deal. It's like $15 for a comic, a pinup, and for domestic. That includes the postage. Anyway, so I'm not quite sure if so for the last 8 or 9 days where I've just been going through spreadsheets all day long, and I mean like all day long, like start around 8 a.m., go to like 2 or 3 a.m. Breaks in there, obviously, but it's been a lot. So I've been listening to a lot of like people who like comics, not just like culture war crap. So this guy Thomas Patilli, Strange Brain Parts, and Cartoonist Kayfabe. That one just came up in the rotation, and honestly, the first time like hearing the little like the opening music and like that, it was actually kind of rough like the first time. Then I got over it, and now apparently I thought I had watched like all the ones I liked, but there was a good amount of I've been listening to them for the last week. So Sasha from Casually Comics did a YouTube short today talking about apparently DARKSEID sitting is a thing, and he was introduced sitting down, so it became this meme about DARKSEID on couches, but apparently he's usually in a chair or something. He's usually not on a couch. He's on just like a chair for one person. But I was aware of this image of DARKSEID manspreading, but apparently it's a whole thing. So And ChatGPT was not helpful. So I went to go rewatch it. She actually says the exact issue this Frank Quitely story is from. It's from DC Universe Legacies. The New Wave Strikes. I don't know. As far as I can tell, this is telling established stories or from like a different perspective in the DC lore. But this one right here is a retelling of DARKSEID's introduction in the New Gods 2. So it's told from the perspective of the woman in this group of humans that Orion kind of adopted. And, you know, it's kind of funny because Frank Quitely, he's so revered. I was very excited to hear, oh, there's this Frank Quitely story I was not aware of. And I'm reading it, and it's good, but it's kind of, I don't know, kind of dead, kind of blah. And if you ever read, like, Jack Kirby's The New Gods, it is high blood pressure. It is just, it's huge. It's huge in every single respect. It's so, I was watching a Strange Brain Parts, and he was, I don't know, kind of, he was giving kind of a negative take. He's like, oh, his characters were lumpy and his dialogue was like over the top. It's like, yeah, and Chewbacca is tall and furry. Like, what's your fucking point? That's Jack Kirby. That's Jack Kirby writing The New Gods. So, as good of a draftsman as Frank Quitely is, quite frankly, this did not have the feel. I know it's supposed to be a different person's perspective, so it's like a different person in the room. The only part I really got interested in was when we got to see Orion's true face, because he's never been portrayed like that, to my knowledge. I mean, that's just... His face looked like DARKSEID, because DARKSEID is his father. So I went back to go review the comic, and I gotta say, this having the logo in the middle, I was just talking to Matt Barr, I was like, we gotta do this. So this is the second issue of New Gods. The whole fourth world has a kind of a strange, like, it started in a Jimmy Olsen book, but this one is, or was, the main book before most of the books got canceled and it was just Mr. Miracle. But I mean, this is DARKSEID's intro, and yes, he's just sitting in a chair, but it feels, and I've never been one of the things that sucks about being a Jack Kirby fan is people. I was gonna say, like, it's like a hagiography. It's like they make him into a saint. They don't make him into a saint. They make him into a god. Like, he's just perfect. And if you read, he's very clearly a very imperfect, very, very human guy. But they just want to just revere him, and I don't think he's built for that. I think he's more complex than that. So, and again, just for every person out there who scans actual comic book pages, so we don't need to use the shitty garish colors of the reprints, you are blessed. You are a wonderful. Look, you can actually see the next the other side of the page through there. That's awesome. But you know, we just saw this. Some of these are kind of like a summary, or they go for different tracks, but some of these are kind of like panel for panel, and it is so much more powerful. This, when Kirby went to DC, there's this whole group of like hippies in their 20s that kind of like conglomerated around him, like Mark Evanier and a bunch of inkers who I thought were really shit. But this is quite good here. Actually, I should probably go back and see who inked it. Hey, holy shit. Much maligned Vinnie Coletta. So this looks better than his later stuff, which looks very flat, because it was just a bunch of dopey hippies who just worshipped him. Whereas Vinnie Coletta was basically one of the Sopranos, and he was just trying to make that money. But you get these really bold lines that suit Jack Kirby a lot better than the spindly lines of his acolytes. But I mean, this kind of wan, is that the word? WAN, kind of boring take. Like, it does not sell the majesty and the power of the original. It's you would never think that Frank Quitely would be a massive downgrade, but he is. He can't capture this type of power and excitement, and it's so. I love how thick and burnished the lines are. So this is the first time or I think it's the first time we get to see his face, and he's supposed to look like, kind of like a movie star, until we see his actual face, which I think is in the next issue. They kind of combined stuff from 2 different issues into that. Look at all this hippie crap. Whoa, man. Black and white poster, psychedelic. But yeah, this was like 1972. So there's one of his fucking... I hate this guy so much. There's this whole... Oh, I hate them. They were no good for Jack. His stuff started to get a lot worse in the next decade when they freaking accreted to him. Accretions. But yeah, there's a great part where he's... So in this one, he spends a lot of time explaining this one guy, I think his name is Slig, and what mother boxes are, whereas the Frank Quitely, he kind of explains all of the lore of the Fourth World. These freaking dirty hippies. See Jimmy Olsen 133, 134, and 137. Actually, you would think that's stupid as fuck. It's awesome. The Jimmy Olsen Fourth World Jack Kirby comics are awesome. But yeah, so I think part of it goes into issue 3. Is he still sitting here? No, he escaped. But usually I have some huge point, but my point here is just that yes, DARKSEID sitting is a thing, not on couches, but again, the power of Jack Kirby's artwork. Hoping this is also Vinnie Coletta on inks. Black Racer, I never thought he was that cool, but is it? I don't know. It's kind of funny, especially DC. They would just credit people whenever, like sometimes. Oh yeah, so this is the first. So yeah, so he didn't look like that weird melting alien. He just looks like DARKSEID with like a mop top hairdo. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. Is this even enough of a thesis for Jack Kirby is better at drawing his own characters than Frank Quitely, quite frankly. Anyway, LAX is still out for 2 more days, 3 more days, 4 more days, the 15th. Go get it. I don't know. I can't. This one's so. I'm having trouble selling this thing, like describing it in a way that's like super exciting. It's a funny comedy, a funny like cop comedy. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.